Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Morning everyone, you're watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. Welcome to Pisobilities, live here on GNN. I'm your host, Guita Gopalan of Colayco Foundation. This is the show that discusses your ability to earn and manage your peso and the possibilities of making that same peso work for you, your Pisobilities. So our topic for today is all about investing in UITF'S. So stocks, real estate, and mutual funds, these are only some of the investment opportunities that we've featured on our show before. So today, specifically, we want to talk about UITF'S because we haven't really given it so much time. So you've heard about it, I'm sure, from your regular trips to the banks, and some of your friends and relatives or acquaintances may already be investing in it. Pero ano nga ba yung UITF? What is it exactly? How does it work? What are the advantages and disadvantages of getting into it? Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng mismong letters na UITF? So how can we utilize this in our financial life? So today, we are joined by representatives from the Trust Banking Group of one of the renowned banks here in the country, LandBank. So from the Trust Banking Group, together with us today is Ms. Josephine Cervero, the first Vice President of and Head of LandBank's Trust Banking Group, and joined by Rizaldy Cadinez, who is also of the Trust Banking Group. So good morning to both of you. Thank you very much for joining us po.
Good morning, Guita.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Nako, today, alam niyo po, yung UITF, marami na pong nagtatanong sa amin, ano nga ba yung UITF na yan? What is it all about? Tapos may mga iba nako-confuse pa. Ano ba yung difference between yan tsaka yung ibang produkto and everything? So we have a whole hour to talk about this later on. Ayun. So to start with, siguro before we go into that big discussion, matanong ko lang kayo, ma'am and sir, how did you get into this whole banking thing? Paano ba kayo pumasok dito sa usapang UITF? May special story. Eh, ma'am, did you finish in finance ba? Do you have a finance background?
Actually, no. I graduated from UPBS Biology.
Biology? Kayo, sir, zoology naman.
Ay, hindi naman, ma'am. I finished business administration.
Business administration naman. I see. So, ma'am, paano kayo nag-shift? I mean, si sir, medyo kahit papano pwedeng inline sa bangko eh. Pero parang ang biology, siguro may pangarap kayo mag-doktor, no, ma'am?
Oo, tama ka
really,
dyan.
I see. So what made you change your mind? I mean,
basically, when I went into banking, I was actually taken in for product management. At that time, I think that was 1995. Because they wanted the concepts of product management be adopted into the banking system. So there I started at PCI Bank before, and I handled the equity portfolio fund.
so investing na talaga even then. I see.
So yeah, you really have to research, read extra, and have advanced reading, and also take up some courses. And I actually took the registered financial planner course, and also the certified financial consultant,
And I believe yung CWM, the
Chartered Wealth Manager. Yeah, that's right.
I see. So I mean, so all throughout your career, you've really been into the investing side of banks.
That's right. That's right.
I see. So now that you're in, are UITFs a new thing for you? Is it, or parang ito na rin yung dati mong ginagawa, ma'am?
I started with UITF actually. As I mentioned, I started handling the equity portfolio fund, before. That was some 18 years ago. And UITF is not new to me. It's a pooled fund that you make available for the retail market. Basically, the UITF is You just give access to the retail market to invest into the government securities, stock market, and also corporate bonds, tradable bonds. These investments are basically the investments of big banks.
I see.
So you just give them access to it by pooling the funds and you invest as one.
Mamaya, ma'am, let's get into that in a lot more detail.
Okay.
Interviewin muna natin si Sir Rizaldy.
Okay.
Sir, kayo ba? Ano bang, pareho ba tayo ng kwento na natalisod lang tas fell into the financial industry, talking about money? What's your banking story? How did you get into banking?
Prior to joining LandBank, I was with other sectors. After graduation, I worked in the food industry. Then after which, I joined an insurance company. So after yung insurance company, I saw an ad wherein LandBank at that time was offering yung management development program. I tried applying in it and fortunately napasama po ako.
Fortunate din sila.
Sana.
Ayun. So, you know, LandBank is, diba, one of the biggest banks in the country. And not only is it one of the biggest, it's government.
Yes,
It's a government bank, no? So, of all the banks, yung pinaka sana pwedeng lapitan ng Filipinos for banking and investments is really LandBank. I mean, how many branches now, ma'am?
Oh, we have 334 branches
and
nationwide.
That's nationwide. So, sabi mo, dapat lahat talaga. In every province, ma'am,
Yes,
diba? In
yes,
every
yes.
province. So, let's talk a little bit about investing through LandBank. Kasi most people, ang alam nila, and we've guested some of your colleagues on the show before, what they know is that you can borrow from LandBank, you can save with LandBank. Yung investing side, not so many people know about it. I mean, what is it that you can invest in or through pag LandBank ang bank of choice mo?
Well, of course, we offer a lot of banking products. One is we have, for the bank products, we have time deposit and high-yielding savings account. And for the trust investment products, we have the unit investment trust funds.
Unit investment, yun yung UITF.
Yun ang UITF.
Unit Investment Trust Funds.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So for the UITF, we have four. We have four UITFs. The money market fund, this would be for short-term outlook and conservative risk profile. And then we have the government security fixed income fund. Ito naman yung for the prudent investor na who would want to participate in government securities, na investing into the government securities. And then we have the growth fund. Yung growth fund naman would have about a maximum of 60% of the portfolio invested into the stock market. So yung growth fund would basically be good for the younger ones, the more aggressive ones, those who have experience investing into the stock market, yung mga ganon. And andun yan for the long haul. And then the global, we have the global fund. This is dollar denominated and invested into the ROPs, when you say Republic of the Philippines, na dollar denominated.
Yan yung mga tinatawag na government securities, yung mga pautang ng gobyerno.
Yes,
Okay.
in dollars. Yes,
I see.
yes.
Okay. In terms of like market size, kasi definitely geographically, I think LandBank is the most accessible, di ba? Compared to any of the other banks. Is it right to, kayo ba ang ano nga talaga doon? Geographically, you're the most dispersed bank. You have branches everywhere.
With regard to the countryside, yun, mas
okay.
dispersed kami doon. Kasi we cater, basically, we include what other banks exclude, no? So, although we also have in the key cities and mga business district areas, but again, mas maano kami doon sa hindi masyadong nare-reach ng ibang banks.
Tama naman po kasi I mean like for many of our kababayans, maybe these opportunities are available only through LandBank because it's the bank that's in their city or in their municipality.
Yes,
no?
yes, yes.
So, would you know, ma'am, right now, how many people go to LandBank just to invest? You know, not necessarily to borrow money or for deposits, pero how many people are able to benefit from your investment products?
Currently, hindi naman siya masyado pang madami. Kasi nga, there's a parang perception na yung UITF is a very risky investment. But at this time, particularly at this time, when the interest rates are low, and how much do you earn from a time deposit or savings account, I think it's high time that the investors should look at the UITF.
Ma'am, let's break it down. What is a UITF product? You mentioned Unit Investment Trust Fund. Ano yun?
So the Unit Investment Trust Funds are pooled funds. Pag sinabi natin pooled funds, basically parang just like a minimum of 10,000.
No? That's with LandBank?
So
you need a minimum of 10.
LandBank. Okay. No? You can actually start investing into the government securities na siguro yan yung mga government securities and you want to trade nasa millions yan on an institutional basis for you to get
kung ako mismo
good
pupunta,
price.
kailangan may 1 million ako at the least.
Parang for you to get a good price, even bigger. It would be good to trade on an institutional level. So the UITF just gives access, for the regular retail investor.
So ang UITF talagang pang individual people that don't have a lot of parang money?
Hindi naman sa don't have a lot of money, but it is one way of starting to invest into these types of securities. So UITF, we have educational programs, and then you get to start looking at government securities and ask your portfolio officer or your account officer, what are these types of investments? And they're very much willing to inform you about what is the risk profile, ano yung client suitability assessment. All these things are but a start for a retail investor to be informed about financial markets.
I see. Okay. That's, I think maybe baka mas maganda tanongin si Sir Rizaldy ngayon. Kasi, ma'am, no offense 18 years na kayo, veterano na kayo sa UITF di ba? I mean, you probably know the ins and outs of everything. So, you on the spot naman natin si Sir Rizaldy. Sir, when was the first time you heard about UITF? Was it like when you entered LandBank or even before that?
Before LandBank, we have experiences with regards sa UITF. Kasi before I was in the insurance industry, we have particular product of which medyo similar siya with UITF. So at that time, we had to study rin kung ano yung how does UITF works against this product. Then, yun nga, napunta na ako sa banking industry. Ito naman yung aralin ko ngayon na product. Ito na yung UITF na i-promote namin. So,
sa tingin nyo kasi, when you were in the insurance company, I'm sure mas retail yun di ba? Yung
yes.
Ang talagang kliyente mo, individual people.
Yes.
Do they know about UITFs? Parang anong pulso mo dun sa market?
Yun yung pinaka-challenge right now for us kasi in general, we have to admit that konti lang or a minimum portion lang ng population natin are aware of these types of products. We are more inclined on the guaranteed type of deposit product. So, meron yung challenge that we have to educate our depositors or our clients that considering yung current na situations right now, there are other investment products that are available na pwede nating take advantage of.
I see. Ma'am, if I may ask, you're a director of the Trust Officers Association of the Philippines.
Yes,
yung samahan, kumbaga, ng mga nag-UITF.
Yeah.
What's the market of UITFs? I mean, comparatively to maybe other investment instruments. Like, how big are you in terms of market size? How big are UITF, the UITF industry?
I cannot remember exactly the figures now. But I can just estimate na siguro sa 300 billion.
300 billion, okay. And of that, is that a lot of it na individuals or are these still corporate accounts?
Most of them would be individuals.
Individuals,
Oo.
wow.
Pero pwede din siyang corporations, no? Particularly for the money market at saka yung mga middle-sized corporations na yung corporations that cannot go into the talaga
really
actively
big.
trade. No?
I
Kasi the UITF may fund managers na yan who would do the monitoring and yan yung nakatutok na sila sa market and they're the ones who trade and bid or if they have to also sell or purchase securities. So kung busy ka, you can't do that, no? You might as well go for the UITF kasi yun na yun, isang pool na kayo na minamanage yung fund.
So in a single UITF, sabi niyo po mga 300 billion. Ilang UITF po ba ang more or less like top of Fed figure? How many UITFs are there floating around? I mean, LandBank has 4, di ba?
Yes.
Yung apat na yun ba? Sa inyo lahat yun? 300 billion.
I would think there would be more than 100 siguro.
More than 100. Wow. That's a lot of, but it's surprising that very few people comparatively know. I mean, compared let's say to yung alam na may stock market, alam na may government securities, hindi pa masyadong ang aware sila sa UITF.
Kasi nagkaroon nga ng perception na hindi siya, very risky siya. Pwede kang matalo, pwede kang malugi. So, as what Rizaldy mentioned, no, most of the investors now are, parang not now, no, but because even before. No, sanay sa guaranteed rates, sanay sa time deposit, sanay sa gano'n na after 30 days, you know how much you will get. So, very much conservative. I don't know if it's conservatism or just parang kailangan lang na information.
I see. Okay. So, if there were like one main advantage of putting your money in UITFs, like what is one of it?
Well, kasi second, kasi we will have different risk profile. It will depend on the age. It will depend on the investor's life cycle. So, firstly, what I would do is to interview the investor and depending on the client, what we call client suitability assessment. So we assess if he's more inclined for a conservative investment. So we will recommend the appropriate UITF for the person, for the individual. So kung conservative, we offer the money market funds. These money market funds are invested into money market deposits.
Ano yung money market?
Money market fund is basically a pool of funds invested into short-term investments, deposits then, sa SDA then. If you know the Bangko Sentral special deposit account, the money market can also invest into that, as well as other time deposits and short-term government securities. So very, kung baga if there is a fear na malulugi sa money market, very little.
Magkano naman balik ng pera mo dyan? I mean, what kind can you expect?
Well, it will, of course, the higher the return that you desire, you should take some amount of risk. So, since the money market would have a low risk, comparable to some time deposit, the ordinary time deposit, it will be higher. Nasa
dun sa year-on-year performance for that particular product, si money market, meron siyang 1.30%.
1.30.
Net na yun.
Yes.
Well, that's still better than if you were in the savings account.
Yes.
Banks.
So,
Sorry,
ito net na to. So that's better than an ordinary savings. And, but if the client would want a longer term, he can actually stay on for 2 to 3 years. Then we can recommend another fund.
So itong 1.3, yan pa lang yung pinaka-mababa. Yung pinaka-mababang possible return, kumbaga, in a UITF.
Not necessarily possible return, no? Ito yung past performance.
Past performance in LandBank. So more about your other funds in a little while. So For our viewers, you can send your text messages to share an opinion or ask questions to 0917-853-7333. Please indicate your name and location so we can properly acknowledge you. Pisobilities will be back after a short break.
Di ko sinasabi sa'yo na magkakakotse ka next year o magkakakondo ka next year. Di ko sinasabing magkaka-house and lot ka na may swimming pool at sariling bakuran o magiging manager ka ng sarili mong fast food restaurant. Di ko sinasabing makakapag-European tour kayo ni Mrs. next month o mapapag-aral si Bunso sa UP at si Kuya sa Ateneo sa susunod na pasukan. Di ko sinasabi ang lahat ng ito para bulahin ka na maraming pwedeng mangyari sa buhay mo bukod sa kung ano ang meron ka ngayon. Ang sinasabi ko lang, walang mangyayari kung manonood ka lang. Tawag ka o text mo kami o i-click mo ito www.kskcoop.com. Sabi ko sa'yo, posible ang mga ito.